Yeah.
Sure? I have question for you. You see?
No.
F plus 3 more than 2. Answer is 1. F more than 1. No.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Number 2. F. Right. Less than or equal 4. X. วันที่ 3. X. More than or less than? Less than or equal? Equal 9. Okay. Good. Okay. Inequality. We learn about inequality last period. Okay. Today we learn about absolute value. Who can tell me what does it mean? Absolute value. Absolute value. I call it ค่าสมบูรณ์นะคะ Okay. Let's look at the projector please.
This section focuses on integers and absolute values. This picture I found on the internet somewhere and I just liked it because it looked cool. It looks like the ocean is spilling out of the picture into reality. Firstly, we're going to look at ordering numbers from least to greatest. And we need some vocabulary for that. When I refer to whole numbers are like the numbers you count with your brother and sister, and 0. So it'd be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. Integers are those whole numbers we just discussed, plus their opposites. So it would start at negative infinity and go all the way up to -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and it would go in both directions forever and ever and ever. Usually when we draw a number line, we label a number line with the integers. If 0 is in the center, it doesn't have to be, but when 0 is in the center, your negative integers are to the left and your positive integers are to the right. Notice the more negative a number is, the further to the left it is. So 4 and -4 and 5 and -5 are further apart than -1 and 1. Let's use this number line to order the integers from least to greatest. You don't have to use a number line to assist you with these, but sometimes it can be helpful. First, let's look at 6. 6 is a positive value, so it will appear here on the number line. 4 is a positive value, and it will appear to the right of 0 as well.
Like your number line.
-3 is our first negative value, and that will appear to the left of 0. Negative 5 will be to the left of 0. Negative 9 will be to the left of 0, as will negative 10. Positive 7 is back on the right side of 0, as is positive 1. Now that we have our number line, it's easy to see which is the furthest value to the left, or which is the smallest number. So to write these numbers from least to greatest, I'm going to go from left to right. So I'm going to start with negative 10, followed by negative 9, negative 5, negative 3, positive 1, positive 4, positive 6, and finally positive 7. You try an example. Pause your video and order these numbers from least to greatest. Got your answer? Did you get negative 6, negative 2, negative 1, 4, 6, and 8? If so, great job. Go on to the next problem. If not, review the previous problem and try using the number line. Our last piece of vocabulary is absolute value. Absolute value is the positive distance between a number and 0. For me, the easiest way to think about this is to think about it as Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant, he is from one of my all-time favorite movies, The Princess Bride. And I think of him standing on one of those number lines on 0 and seeing how many steps it would take for him to get from 0 to the number. When you're talking about taking steps, even if you walk backward, you're still increasing the number of steps you've taken during the day. So we always count the positive distance. Looking at this example, you would read this as the absolute value of 5. Those bars hold that number captive until you can tell what the absolute value is. Once you've given your answer, the absolute value bars aren't necessary anymore and they cannot be used. So here's Andre standing on 0. If I want to see how many steps it will take him to get from 0 to 5, I can just count. It's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps for Andre to get from 0 to 5. So the absolute value of 5 is simply 5. Let's try a negative number. The absolute value of negative 4, it will take Andre 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to get from 0 to negative 4. So the absolute value of negative 4 is positive 4. Give these problems a try. Pause your video and try these on your own. When you have the answer, restart your video.
Okay. Hi. Number 1. Absolute negative 3 equal is equal is 3. Number 2. Absolute 8 equal is 8. And graph absolute 0 equal is 0. Okay.
Did you get 3, 8, and 0? If so, nice job. Give yourself a star with an underline underneath. If not, give yourself an X. Go back and try again. For this section, you'll have 6 homework problems. 4 on finding the absolute value, and 2 problems where you will need to order the numbers from least to greatest. Feel free to use a number line if you found that helpful.
Find the absolute value. 1 by 1. Number 4. Stand up. Find the absolute value. Number 1. 6. Good. Number 7. Answer is number 2. Absolute 11. 11. Thank you. Number 10. Number 10. Find the absolute value.
20.
20. Good. And last, number 15. Find absolute value.
13.
13. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Next, I will ask you question. Number 1. Absolute 3. Answer is
3.
absolute 12. Answer is
12.
absolute 0.
0.
And absolute negative 5.
5.
Negative absolute 7.
Negative 7.
Absolute negative 5.4.
5.4.
Absolute negative 10.
10.
Negative absolute negative 23.
Negative 23.
And last negative 16. Absolute 16.
Negative 16.
Okay, very good. Next, I have homework for you. Okay, this is your homework. Okay? You do this and send to me tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Today, thank you very much for you for attention to activity. Okay? Okay. Today say goodbye. Goodbye.